Hey everybody, welcome to your June 2022 Creativity Tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. We're going to take a look at the creative energies that you can use to make your creative projects a reality in the month ahead. So this reading is for all signs. It is time-stamped. The timestamps are in the description of the video, and you can also run your little finger over the video and go right to the sign that you want to watch. Use these readings as inspiration to make your creative goals come true for the month ahead. And remember, it is all about using the energies and not letting them use you. And for me, these readings are all about your creative life force energy. It's not just about being a writer, a painter, a dancer, a filmographer, or whatever. It is about whatever way you use your energy to make stuff happen in your world. So just keep that in mind as you watch the video. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, let's see what's going on for you with your creative energies for the month of June 2022. Aries. Oh, we have an escape. We have Mars, your ruling sign, in Pisces. That's what we have on this card. Mars in Pisces. So, and the 12th house being activated. So your subconscious, escape, run away, go travel, go do something else, distract your mind maybe from, some sort of creative conundrum that you may be undergoing. What this, we're going to pull some tarot to clarify, but what this is suggesting to me is that you just need some time to daydream. You need some time for creative inspiration to percolate anew in your subconscious. And so that you can be indeed carried away on this chariot by this creative energy and creative flow, right? There may be something where you've been resisting the river a little bit. You've been, pushing against the river, maybe trying to force something to happen. So I think what this is saying is, try to go with the flow a little bit more. And also you may need a literal escape. You may need a retreat. You may need to go away for a weekend or shut the door to your office, and tell everybody to not disturb you for 24 hours or whatever. You really may need some time to just dive deep into those Piscean waters and allow the natural flow of your creative energy to come forth. Because the thing is, Mars is not comfortable in Pisces. It's not a great place. I mean, it's just not. Because Mars is a straight shooter. He wants to move ahead, and he wants to move ahead fast. And Pisces is all about the meandering way. It's not about the forceful way. So to use the energies this month, I think it's going to be important for you. And this is interesting too, because Mars is in your sign right now. So that's an interesting conundrum. I would say that forge ahead on what you know has already been activated for you, what you've already been working on, and maybe something that you kind of started revamping while Mercury's retrograde. Mercury's going direct on June 3rd. But there is something else that's probably getting ready to bubble up in your subconscious, which is why we're getting this Mars and Pisces energy. And don't ignore that. In other words, don't run away from that because you're so preoccupied maybe with something else that's already in motion because Mars is in your sign. I hope I'm being clear on this. All right, so let's pull some tarot and clarify this. I feel like there's some big new idea that's getting ready to come in for you with this energy. So let's see. But you need a little bit of downtime to access it. And with Mars transiting in your sign right now and Jupiter, you may not have the patience to sit still and allow that energy to, bubble up from the subconscious. But there could be something very valuable there. You don't want to miss that. So let's see. Oh yeah, look what's flipping over. We got a 3 of coins flipping over. So you're already involved in some sort of group creative project or your craft. You already got something building and underway. And it's probably been going on the last 3 weeks with the Mercury retrograde. So there's probably been a revamping, like I said, of some sort of project. And that's fine. That's going to continue. Let's pull 2 more cards and see what else we need to know. Yeah, look, Pisces, the Page of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. Very interesting. So there is absolutely something that's coming in for you on the ethers, on the Piscean ethers. maybe in a dreamscape, maybe in a daydream, maybe through some other sort of surprising means, because of course the Page of Cups always has a little twist to it. The Seven of Wands here is interesting as well, because this can be, depending on what we're looking at, it can be the need to ground yourself. So I feel like you're going to be navigating, as I have been saying, through two, which is very Gemini for the month of June, right? Two impulses, one of which something's already underway and you're excited and you're doing it. And the other one, it's like, you know, go, 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 but be still. And you're going to have to navigate through both of those duality, the dual energies, again, very Gemini, to, you know, fully access the energy and use it to your advantage. So that's why we have this kind of groundedness and balancing act that's going on here with the Seven of Wands. So just be alert to all these energies, Aries. I think the key here really is the balance between the assertiveness of working on something that's already underway and that maybe you have recently revamped, and also the placidity and receptiveness of allowing some surprising new possibility bubble up from your subconscious or be delivered from the universe. And if you're moving too fast, you won't be alert to the message from the universe either. So balance the energies out. You got this. It's going to be a very fruitful month for you, I feel, with your creative activities. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on with your creative energies for the month of June. What do the Taurians need to know? I like this one. We have the Sun in Leo. We have Fortune and the number 5. And of course, Leo energy is the energy of creativity and success and taking risks as well. Leo is your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. So I think what this is suggesting to me is that this is really the time to nurture a very important creative dream, something that really feeds your soul. And doing so can bring fortune to your life. And what's interesting here too is, as you can see, we have a snake with a lion's head. So there is something here about shedding an old identity, shedding a skin, and stepping into, something maybe a little challenging, maybe something that pushes the envelope a little bit for you, taking a little bit more of a risk. Again, 5th house of Leo, but doing it in a way that, like I said, nourishes you and feeds you. So I hope I'm making sense. It's like combining those two things, taking a risk, but one that doesn't feel too scary, but that definitely gets the creative juices flowing. That's what I mean by nourishing you and feeding you. Feeding your fire. I mean, that's what this is as well. So your home life, because Leo is your 4th house of home, creative projects, creative energy, also invested in home, domestic things. And of course that, may depend on what you're involved in. Maybe you're heavily involved in, crafts for the home or designing things for the home or, whatever. So that could be very beneficial and fortunate for you this month ahead as well. I feel like there's going to be a lot of just really positive creative energy. And also because of the fortune here, there really could be some sort of fabulous new idea that comes in for you that could lead to some change in your fortunes and some money. So let's clarify this. I mean, maybe not this month, but eventually, some sort of idea that comes in, because, that card is about using your creative imagination, your creativity, your creative capabilities, your talents. And also the 5th house is about pleasure. So it really is about something that absolutely makes you feel good in whatever it is you're doing. All right, so let's see. What do we need to know about this fortune? 7 of coins and the 9 of wands. Okay, that's all right. And the Ace of Swords, baby. All right. So this is very clear to me. You are at a crossroads. I would say by the end of the first week, Mercury's still retrograde until the 3rd of June. So I would say by the end of the first week with the 7 here, you are going to be reassessing really where you want to invest your mental energy, because notice it's the Ace of Swords here. And because there is something where you're maybe feeling a little creatively uninspired, Nine of Wands. You could just be tired also, maybe with other obligations in your life. But also, like, this is really a good time to reevaluate maybe a creative energy drain, you know, Nine of Wands, something you have been putting your energy into, but that maybe has not resulted in the rewards that you would like. So I feel like the first week is a good time for a period of reassessment. And then when Mercury, because Mercury will be retrograding, Mercury will go direct in Taurus, actually 26 degrees Taurus on the 3rd. So by the time Mercury gets back to Gemini, which will be a few days later, so middle of the week, you know, by the end of this 7, end of the first week, I think you'll have the clarity of exactly where you want to invest your energy. You're going to make an important decision about how you want to move forward with the things that I just described, because you don't want to continue with something that's not bearing fruit, or that can't bear any more fruit, because the seven of coins can be, it only grew to a certain level. It's really not going to go anywhere else. So there could be, for some of you, something here where you're cutting your losses in some way, and redirecting your efforts to something that's going to bring you more joy, more pleasure, more passion, more excitement to invest your energy into. So overall, I mean, this is very, very positive. There's going to be, I think, some sort of beautiful fresh start for you with your creative energies. And this is especially true if you, because of the sword here, especially if you are a writer, all right, with this. So good energies here, Taurus. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on for your creative energies for the month of June. Gemini, what is going on? Oh, we have Mercury in your sign, Gemini, and we have excitement. That is very good. And Mercury will be going back direct in your sign in the middle of next week. I'm filming this on June 2nd. So Mercury is going direct in Taurus on the 3rd at 26 degrees. And then it'll take him just a day or two, a couple days, and then he'll be back in your sign. So, wow, this is very exciting. I think there's going to be a lot of ideas flying fast and furious through your world over the next month. The key is, of course, to be discerning and choose the ones you want to invest your energy into. And there, of course, with Gemini, there may be two really strong areas of development in your life creatively over the next month. There's going to be a lot of communications, a lot of paperwork, a lot of messages, a lot of, I feel also, I'm kind of getting a little buzz in my ears. There's something going on with tying up some loose ends as well. Now, normally, yes, we do that in Mercury retrograde. But I think there's going to be some additional loose ends you're going to be tying up so that you can move forward with excitement on maybe some new things. So let's pull some tarot and clarify, but this is very, very nice. I think you're going to be fired up. There could be some sort of travel situation involved as well that could be stimulating your creative juices with that horse picture in the card itself. So let's see. It would be good for you to get away for a little trip. Could even just be like an artist date, like Julia Cameron talks about in her book, The Artist's Way. It can just be an artist date where you go to a gallery or go to a concert or do something for yourself creatively to stimulate your creative juices. That would be good for you to do. All right, so we got a King of Cups. And we got some Pluto. And we have a Six of Coins. Okay, wow. So I'm going to use this as a time marker here for Cancer season, which, as we know, comes after your birthday season. And I think there could be a very important message that comes in of perhaps somebody who wants to invest in your idea. All right, Six of Coins can be somebody with deep pockets, as I like to call it, somebody who's handing out goodies. So this could be even like some sort of residency that you get funding for, or you get funding, somebody funds your idea to produce a widget, whatever. This could be, there's some sort of funding involved is what I feel here that could bring an enormous and important, powerful change in your life with the Scorpio energy showing up here. And yeah, okay. I'm thinking here for a second. The Scorpio energy is your sixth house of work and well-being. So, and we have the 6 here. So, and we got double water. So water and Scorpio. So there could be something also where if this could be connected to a work situation where somebody gives you the funding to do a project. And that's what's exciting about it, is you're finally getting the green light. You're getting the go ahead. You could be having some sort of leadership position yourself in this. That's what I feel like. This could be a life-changing opportunity, actually. There could be, a grant, seed money, something like that. I feel more toward after your birthday season. So June 21st onward. Also with the Cancerian energy showing up here, this, and with the Scorpio next to it, this is a lot about bringing a very positive emotional change to your creative life as well. And really investing more in yourself. Some other people literally investing in you, but also you literally investing in yourself to really affirm emotionally that this is what you want to be doing. And what I mean by that is, if you need a particular thing to do a certain type of project, a certain supply or money or whatever you need, like to really invest, or some education as well, investing in your personal growth. So in terms of whatever you do creatively, I think would, is signaled by this as well. And interesting, we have the scales here. And we have the duality of the Gemini. So there could be 2 areas. There could be a 2-pronged approach. There could be 2 pieces of good news that come in. So there could be somebody who's wanting to invest in you and give you a grant or seed money or the green light. And then there also could just be you investing in you as well. And, taking a workshop in something you're interested in or something like that. This is very positive and lots of excitement and a very positive emotional change. If you've been feeling a little uninspired, if you've been feeling a little like, I don't know what to do next, or, when am I going to get the green light? When am I going to get the message that this is the direction I'm supposed to go in? I think you're going to have that definitely by the end of the month with this energy. So let's see how it plays out for you. And I would encourage you, if you are an artist who, has access to applying for grants, and there's a lot of grants out there. You just have to, kind of dig around and find them. This energy is very encouraging for applying for those types of things. So, and a lot of deadlines come up around now anyway, around June, and then, money gets dispersed later in the year. So definitely do that as well. This is good energy to apply to get funding for your creative endeavors. All right, Cancer, let's see what we need to know about your creative life for the month of June. Cancer, what do we need to know? All right. Oh, we have versatility. We have the sun in Gemini. Okay. So there's something here about doing something a little differently. Maybe multitasking, maybe working on 2 important things at once, since we're talking about Gemini energy here. Of course, this person looks like they're doing yoga or acrobatics. So this can be about being a little more flexible as well. Trying some new things, trying some different things, different approaches to whatever it is you're working on. So, interesting. All right, let's pull some tarot to clarify. So we have the sun in Gemini. So this month is going to be important for you to maybe spread your wings and stretch yourself a little bit, apropos this image. Okay. All right. So let's see. Cancer. What do we need to know? We have the 10 of Swords and the sun. Gorgeous. Ah, wow. And another number 10. Isn't this interesting? Okay. So 2 number 10s suggest that a situation is coming to an end. Well, what situation is coming to an end? One in which there has been the burden of being stuck. All right, 10 of Wands, a lot of heavy duty work, maybe things you don't want to do, things where you can't see a future in any way because you can't see in front of your face. We have this feeling of being just literally, again, face down. I can't see a future for myself. I'm stuck. My mental attitude is stuck in a rut. I have no energy. I'm just carrying too much on my shoulders. I got no energy to do any creative work. So, but that's good because this is sandwiched in between. The Sun card, right, is sandwiched in between these two energies of finality, of ending. Cycle is wrapping up, and you're going to be moving into a much more happy, creative, positive, joyful cycle with this Sun card showing up here. So the key here, I think June 10th may be important for you with the 2 10s showing up. There may be an important decision you make at that time to head in a new and joyful direction with your creative life endeavors. There may be an important travel involved. You could initiate some sort of new creative project at that time. And I would say also with this Sun card, there's something here because of the horse and the kid on the horse. There's something about being a little more playful and lighthearted, especially with the versatility, and trying things out and seeing how they feel. Exploration, that's the thing with this Sun card, joyful exploration of your creative talents in whatever areas that you're interested in. Not getting too hard and fast stuck yet on choosing maybe a certain direction, but allowing yourself the joy of simply exploring a couple of different areas and feeling which one will, or which two might fit you best with this versatility. So a little bit of like, kind of like stretching yourself creatively, but not with stress and strain, all right, but with more the feeling of exploration and excitement. So I hope I'm making sense with that. Lighthearted, play, fun, and trying new things. Not necessarily, again, with an agenda per se, but just to see what feels good for you and what you do want to move forward with. And this process, I mean, honestly, with the Leo energy showing up here, this process may go through the entire summer. I know down under, it's not summer, but if you're watching down under, thank you. but this entire process may be going on through August for you as well. So, but this is very exciting. So I would say the key with this is to allow this to drop away, because you already know, I mean, you already know what this is. You know what these things are. And you're going to be able to have that clarity of creative vision with this Sun card. But more importantly, the joy that comes with being able to see clearly new adventures in front of your face. So that's very exciting. So try to just be playful and enjoy. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you with your creative life force energies for the month of June. Leos, what is happening for the Leos? Oh, we have some innovation. All right, what do we have here? We have Jupiter in Aquarius. All right, interesting. And that's your 7th house of other people. Okay. And Aquarius, of course, is the 11th house, just in the general astrological wheel. So you could benefit Jupiter. There could be some opportunities coming to you through other people who give you some creative inspiration or help you innovate your work in some interesting way. So, I mean, it could be the type of thing where, let's say you're a writer and you are working with a book editor, you know, other people, 7th house, right? Aquarius. Or you're working with, a developmental editor, or you have a book group or a writing group and somebody's giving you, some feedback, like beta readers or something like that. So through other people, you can get some great opportunities and ideas of how you can make your project better, make whatever you're doing better, innovative. I'll say that 5 times fast. So coming up with something that's totally unique, totally different, outside the box. But more importantly, it's through the feedback that you get the idea. That is the key with this energy here, this innovation. It's not just you sitting alone in your room trying to figure out the creative problem. It's the feedback you're going to get that is going to open the door and help you expand whatever this thing is, so that it can be well received by a large group of people, because that's also the 11th house of the Aquarian energy that we're looking at here also. There's something here about the feedback you get is going to help you make this thing not the same old, same old. All right. You're going to be able to really come up with something that can reach a lot of people in a way that other things don't, like other things that are already out there, creatively speaking. So I encourage you to work with groups. I encourage you to work, or at least with one other person, to get feedback on whatever it is you're trying to create in your world. That's going to get the wheels spinning and help you come up with the way to move forward. All right, so let's pull some tarot and see. Yeah, Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles and an Ace of Swords. I love it. Okay. All right, so I love the Page of Wands here. You are going to get some very positive feedback that will help you strategize. With the Knight of Pentacles here, I suggest you kind of sit with that information. Notice that he's holding the pentacle in his hand, because you're going to get a very tangible idea, a very tangible, workable strategy of how you can move forward and innovate with your particular creative project. Sit with it though for a little bit and hold it in your hand, hold it in your heart, and really just be like, all right, how does this feel for me? And then make the decision of moving forward. I love the fact that the sword came out, because we're talking about air energy over here, the Aquarian energy, and then this shows up. So you are absolutely, if you're open to it, if you're open to this feedback from other people, that could be very beneficial. And also with the Jupiter, they may give you a piece of knowledge you just don't know, you haven't known about. So try not to be, and I'm just saying this because fixed sign energy, try not to be resistant or a little stubborn about if this piece of information helps teach you something. All right. Because, that always isn't easy to receive. All right. Like, because we think whatever project we're working on, oh, we know it all already. Right. So be open-minded there with this Jupiter here and this. There's something here where there could be a new idea presented that you didn't know about before, and it will help crack open this innovative energy for you. I love this Ace of Swords. I feel like by the end of Gemini season, so by like the 20th, 21st, you will absolutely know which direction to go in with this particular project. There is no rush. Like I said, I mean, sit with this information a little bit, and you are going to move triumphantly forward with it. I mean, that's the other thing about an Ace of Swords. It is about triumph and success. So whatever piece of information you get, sit with it and know that you can just take pieces of it. You don't have to take the whole thing, but what you do take is going to help you have the victory of making that thing different than anything else that's out there. And it's that difference, that innovative difference, that is going to bring success to your project. All right, Virgos, let's see what's going on with your creative energies for the month of June 2022. Virgos. Oh, I'm sticking in my hand. Here we go. Oh, we have some patience. We have Jupiter in Virgo. All right. You are pretty patient, Virgo. So, and that's going to bring opportunity to your doorstep in the month ahead because the Jupiter energy here. All right. So let's see. Let's see what we need to know about the patience factor for you. And patience, there's something too here with, of course, your sign ruling details. So I would say the feeling I'm getting right now is there's opportunity in the small details, right? Because we're talking about Jupiter here in Virgo. So you were very good at not overlooking small details. But I'm just saying this, just be alert to the fine print in the month ahead. Not that there's anything bad or wrong, but there could be an opportunity in the tiniest place. All right. Or there could be an opportunity with the tiniest detail or notion or little whiff or hint from your muse. And it would behoove you to follow up on that tiny detail or that little creative nudge. All right, let's see. Knight of Swords. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Oh, and the Lovers. All right, this is very nice. All right, I feel by the end of Gemini season, because this is our last energy here, the Gemini Lovers card, The universe is going to be offering you very quickly some sort of new creative inspiration and idea. Wow. And Gemini is your 10th house of career. So there could be a gorgeous offer, something to do with your career for sure, with this Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, Lovers card showing up here. So there could be, I mean, honestly, there could be a reward at work for patiently working on some sort of project that's taken maybe a year to complete, or 6 months to a year that you've been working on this. And there could also be a lot of praise. There could be an award. There could be kudos, with this Ace of Cups. Aces for me are about the self. So this is really about just feeling your self-esteem bubble over, your emotions bubble over with happiness, especially in a career zone because of the Gemini influence. But really with any sort of writing, teaching, speaking, networking, sales type activities with the Lovers here. News comes in very quickly. There is something here for you about also the patience to wait for the right idea to come in and not jump the gun. Wait for the right, little tiny detail, like I was saying here with this energy. This is fantastic. I really feel like you're going to have a lot of creative inspiration in the month ahead. And the patience that you have invested even up to this point in whatever this is, this passion project maybe that you've been working on for a while, will be rewarded. Let's remember, we're talking about Jupiter here, and Jupiter being in your sign, which whenever we have Jupiter transiting in our own sign, of course, Jupiter's in Aries right now, but we're talking about the card here, which is Jupiter in Virgo. That brings personal success to us. It's very personal energy. And we have the energy of the self with this Ace of Cups. So this is glorious. I really feel like, invest your time and energy, continue to invest your time and energy and your patient nurturing into this passion project, into something going on in your career. Whatever your personal strength is, whatever you love to do creatively with the Gemini Lover showing up here, it's going to be rewarded this month. I really feel that for you. I feel like there's going to be some sort of beautiful affirmation that it's all been worth it. All right, Libras, let's see what's going on with your creative energies for the month of June. Libras. Oh, we have some optimism. We have the moon in Sagittarius. Oh, that's very nice. That is your 3rd house of communications. All right, so very nice. And we have the 3 muses here on this card. So there could be some joyful celebrations, gathering with other people to do creative works or share your work with other people. And feeling, the moon, our emotional life, feeling really happy and optimistic that your creative efforts are so well received. So there could be something like that going on. Let's clarify it for you. Optimism, moon in Sagittarius. Also, there may be something going on with travel, since Sagittarius rules that in general in the astrological wheel. So you may find that perhaps a trip with a few other people, or, doesn't even have to be with other people, but some sort of travel will bring a fresh infusion of optimism to your creative life. So if you can get away for maybe a 3-day weekend, something like that. All right, let's see what we have. This is very positive energy. Moon in Sagittarius. 10 of coins and the 5 of coins. And the 3 of cups. Isn't that interesting that the 3 of cups came out? There are people who want to hang out with you in a creative capacity. But something's going on with you, with this 5 of coins here, where you're feeling like, I don't know. So, or you've been feeling a little down in the dumps, a little depressed or a little unmotivated or creatively blocked or something like that. Because remember, this is a creativity reading. So it could also be that you're feeling like, I don't have the finances to go and travel or go hang out with people or go party and get my creative juices flowing with the band members or whatever, right? The 3 of cups is very celebratory. It can be about dancing in a dance troupe, making films with other people, writing with other people, playing in a band, all of those types of creative group activities. So you may feel with the Five of Coins here that there just hasn't been the finances to go and do that. But the Five of Coins also can be self-esteem. I read Pentacles as self-esteem, and it also can be that feeling of being left out in the cold, right? So just feeling like emotionally cut off. So I feel like, and because we have the optimism card here, I feel like maybe the last 5 months, 5 years even, some of you maybe have been feeling a little creatively cut off from your tribe, so to speak, use that language, your tribe of people who get you creatively. And maybe you're just like, oh, whatever, not going to happen. But the Ten of Coins is interesting because that is about groups of people investing their time and energy into some sort of concrete goal. For me, it's a Capricorn energy, the Ten of Pentacles. So both of these energies here are about groups of people coming together to produce some sort of result, tangible result, but also emotional result, Three of Cups, joyful result. And that goes very well with the optimism card. So what I'm feeling here, really, what this is saying to me, Libra, is kind of get out of your own way with this Five of Coins in the middle here. Check your own emotional bandwidth and see if there's something that's left over from the past that's preventing you from going forth again optimistically into doing what you really love creatively with other people. Okay, so of course, this general reading, apply it to your life. But I also feel it's very possible with this Ten of Coins here that somebody offers you a stipend or travel money or, something like that. Or you could even get some sort of funding for a group project, a creative project that's also going to help shift you out of this Five of Coins energy as well. So this is very, very favorable. The thing to really check is for yourself, because I always talk about using the energies, how deeply entrenched have you become in that Five of Cups? The Five of Pentacles energy. So, and because it's also a self-esteem card, I'm feeling like you really do need to be around this group of people to remind you of how talented you are. I think you've forgotten that in some way. So interesting energies here, Libra. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for your creative life in the month of June. Scorpio. All right, what do we have? Oh, we have harmony. We have the sun in Libra. Very nice. Very, very nice. So what's interesting for me, and everything for me is a metaphor and I interpret things just how I interpret them. With all these birds on this card, I feel like there's going to be a lot of messages. There's going to be a lot of people who want to contact you, who want to pick your brain, who want you involved in whatever it is they're doing. There could be a lot of new people coming in, creative partners, or there could also be a lot of messages, a lot of ideas as well, a lot of creative stimulation with all these birds here. So depending on your situation. And with the sun here, this is going to be a good month for you to really just invest in creating things that make you feel good with this harmony. And because it's the Libra energy, and Libra is the 7th house in the zodiac wheel of partnerships, out of all these birds that are flying in here, there could be one special bird. There could be one special bird who could develop into some sort of muse or creative partnership or, something like that as well. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see what we need to know about this. It's very good. And also because Libra rules your 12th house of the subconscious, with all those birds on that card, there really could just be a lot of ideas bubbling up from your subconscious. So you might want to, especially in your dream life, you might want to keep a notebook by the bed and be at the ready for those ideas to be coming on in. All right, let's see what we need to know. Wow, 7 of Cups, another number 7. There's a 7 on this card also. And a 9 of Cups. Very nice. And the Sun card. And there is a sun on this card also. Isn't this an amazing, amazing reading? So I feel like not only are you going to be nurturing some new creative dreams with the 7 of Cups here, but I do feel that there is at least one important creative wish coming true for you in the month ahead with the 9 of Cups here and the Sun card. Both of these are such happy, joyful energies. And of course, we have the harmony energy showing up here. And look, the sun and the sun. Scorpio, you could have a great, great wish come true, a great success in the month ahead. And again, a lot of people wanting your energy. So this is particularly good also if you're doing something that has to appeal to the public. I feel like there's something going on here, especially with the Sun card, because that is a fame card. So there could be something where whatever it is you're creatively doing really satisfies, 9 of Cups really satisfies the public in some way. 7th house, other people, really satisfies other people in some way. And also yourself, because of the creative energy of the Sun card, and brings possible renown to your career. So this is really, really good energy. I do feel there's probably going to be one new thing popping in as well. Maybe several with the 7 of Cups here, but that really is a creative visualization card as well. So as long as you're choosing to invest your energy in whatever this is, the 7 of Cups, investing your energy into things that make you feel good, harmony, and also that bring pleasure. That's the other thing with these two cards, bring pleasure to whoever your audience is, right? So it's not about, heavy gothic drama or something like that. It really is about how is your stuff making people feel good and also making yourself feel good in the process. So, and with the Libra emphasis also, and this, really also think of beauty, right? Anything you can do with your creativity to package something in a beautiful way or deliver it in a beautiful way. And also with the Leo energy, a luxurious, beautiful way as well, Scorpio. So, wow, this is really, really powerful. I really feel some gorgeous, gorgeous wish could come true for your creative life in the month ahead. And please do check out your general readings. They were very intense and in a positive way. The general energy reading I did, and also your money, career, and business reading. So those, 2 videos, I'll also put links to those in the description of this video. But definitely, you have had very powerful readings this month. So check those out also. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on with your creative life in the month of June. Saggies, let's find out. Oh, we have the moon in Libra. We have companionship. Isn't that a lovely card? So this is not a month to work alone in solitude on your creative endeavors. This is an important month. And of course, with the Gemini energy, having some sort of creative companion, all right, with Gemini. But also, of course, we have the Libra here. And Libra is the sign of relationships and connections and partnerships and other people. So, and we have the moon here. So you're going to get a lot of emotional satisfaction and happiness from connecting with others in the month ahead. So this is not a time to be a hermit and be holed away in your world and not connect. All right. So let's pull some tarot. It's very, I don't know what they're doing. What are these ladies doing there? I'm not really sure what's going on. It looks like they're wearing chastity belts, honestly. All right. Let's see what's going on. Saggies. All right. Let's keep this PG rated. PG rated channel. All right. We have a Page of Wands and we have a Queen of Swords, which is the Libra energy. And we have a 7 of Swords. Okay. That's okay. I don't feel like this is like Fibonacci's or anything. I feel like this is just about strategy. So it is important for you to take the first steps forward. This is your energy, the Page of Wands. Take the first steps forward to meeting with people. You just got to make up your mind to do it, Queen of Swords. And come up with the strategy of the way of approach that will best meet your needs. Okay, so in other words, think this through. Don't start it until you know exactly the approach you're going to take to bring these people into your life as creative partners, as a writing group. There may be something going on with getting people together, gathering people together in companionship to, have a writing group, to have a knitting circle, to have a book club even. That's very creative energy to expand your intellect through reading different books, things like that, and discussing them with other people. That's very creative. To join your endeavors, maybe in some sort of not just intellectual, but maybe also to produce a result. So this could be something, especially with the wand here, it could be something that you actually all make together, like a play, like you put on a performance, something like that obviously needs a lot of people involved. So it could be like community theater is what I'm feeling a little bit here also. Or you want to have people act your play out. Maybe you've written a play, something like that. And you would like people to do a reading of your play, on an actual stage. Maybe we don't have all the scenery and things like that. It's just like everybody has scripts and they read it, but people also come to that, reading or performance. So it can be something like that. You got to apply the energies to your life. The thing here is that the goodwill of the group is the glue that's going to make this a creative project come into existence. I feel it's something new more than likely. I love Sag energy, right? As a fire sign myself, of course. I love all the signs because we have every sign in us, right? Every sign is in our chart. So it's not like I'm special to Sages or whatever. But I'm thinking one Sagittarian friend I have in particular, and I love her enthusiasm. She is the most enthusiastic person that I think I have ever met, probably even more than me. And I'm, Aries, but I got Jupiter, Sag's ruler in Aries. So I got a little Saggy going on. But my point is that while you normally fly by the seat of your pants and just go like enthusiastically, wherever you want to go and just, you're so friendly. And that's fine. And that can work well for you because it is your natural tendency. This approach is more like you have to have a thoughtful strategy behind you to make this happen. So think it through is my point. You're going to be a lot more successful by thinking it through. And the other thing here also is, this is not really a Fibonacci line scenario, but what I feel is be upfront, totally upfront. Don't misrepresent or exaggerate, because again, that can sometimes be a Sagittarian tendency because you get so enthusiastic, right? Don't exaggerate or hype whatever this might be either. All right, just be objective and realistic and be like, look, I want to do XYZ. You guys would be great. Like, let's try to do this together. What do you think? Here's my plan. Here's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think about it? Because again, you want to include them in it. It's about companionship. It's about everybody coming together to make it happen. So really, using that type of approach is going to make your project successful. And again, apply it to your life, whatever you're trying to create. And it could apply it to your business also, honestly. We're creating all the time if you have your own business. Getting a lot of feedback maybe from clients you already have and saying, hey, I'm thinking of maybe creating this new program. What do you think? Would you like to co-create it with me or give me certain feedback or be my beta testers, like that type of thing? So, but again, coming up with that strategy of what they're going to get out of it, what you are going to get out of it, what you need out of it before you just start launching it or talking them into it. All right. So this is really good energy. I think it's important. There's something going on here. It's very important for you to be connecting with other people this month to make it happen. Capricorn, let's check in with your creative energies for the month of June. Capricorn, we got to say it the right way, right? All right, let's see. We have adaptability. We have the moon in Gemini, which is your 6th house of work and well-being. So that's interesting. And Mercury is going back into Gemini as of, I think, the 5th or the 6th. It's turning direct at the end of Taurus. So on the 3rd, which is, we have the number 3 here also. So I think by the time Mercury gets back into Gemini, you're going to get some new, fresh inspiration and ideas of how you can come up with a new approach. You can adapt something, whatever you're working on, and make it better. So, you're a cardinal sign. You're not a fixed energy, but sometimes even cardinal signs, that's a leadership energy. The initiators. You have that kind of almost fixed idea of exactly how you want something to play out. And that's like kind of your spearhead, your focus, like this is where I'm going. So there's something here with the Gemini mutable energy that's coming out to really be flexible, adaptable, being able to, I'm getting a little buzz, turn on a dime. There's something here that the faster you can change something up, the better it's going to be for you. And it's not that anything's bad or wrong in what you've been doing, but we're going to pull some tarot and see what's going on. But it could just be that the Mercury retrograde, and now that it's going, Mercury's going direct, you've gotten a different perspective or you've got more information. So you do need to tweak or adapt or, redirect a little bit, whatever it is you've been doing. So I'm not feeling anything negative though. All right. So, because we have Moon in Gemini, which is about, of course, Gemini is about more information. So you're going to get more information that will help the foundational success, the Moon, fourth house, foundation, the foundational success of the project. So don't be stubborn. That's my point. Don't be stubborn about it, Capricorn. Don't be like, I know exactly what this is going to be. Yeah, you do, but also adapt a little bit. It's going to help you. All right, let's see. Let's see what we need to know. Capricorn. All right. Four of Swords. Oh, and a Queen of Swords. So here's all the Gemini energy coming out. We just had Moon in Gemini. Oh, and a Two of Swords. Okay, look at all the swords. I can't end this on a Two of Swords. I got to pull another one. And a Page of Swords. Okay. All right, I'm not going to pull another one. That's all we need to know. Look at every single card as a sword. Isn't that fascinating? This is about changing your mind and then making it happen. So you've had time to rethink. You may still be a little in the process of rethinking, even as Mercury goes direct, because notice the Queen of Swords is facing the Four of Swords. So, and Mercury goes direct on the 3rd, and we have the 4 here. And we also have the card of kind of doubts, second guessing yourself, not being willing to admit that you need to change something, because notice how defensive her posture is here, protective also. So Capricorn, we got to get to the Page of Swords here, which you will. All right, so you are going to invest your energy into making some sort, you're going to pick up your sword and make some sort of important announcement or change, or further, go back to the drawing board with something and tweak it a little bit, because pages are about the baby steps. So you're going to take some additional steps to adapt with this new information that has been percolating and coming in. I may have to pull one more card anyway. So this is very, very good. You may also get some additional information after Mercury goes direct. That's going to also help you move forward. But the thing here really is, I think, to turn your back on any doubts also. Like, this is not the time to be doubting yourself or the validity of the idea. Just because you have to tweak something doesn't mean it's wrong or bad. All right. So that's why I was saying before, like, not being so stubborn and, blinders on, fixated, but really to have that mental flexibility and also the emotional flexibility, because it's Moon in Gemini. So not being so wedded to an idea that it has no room for air, right? Because we're talking about air here. It has no air to move, breathe, like do something different with itself. All right, let's just for fun, let's pull one more card and see what may happen after the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, of course, the swords are about the mind. So there's going to be a major rethink and then movement forward on the rethink of those ideas. And you're going to adapt, and it's going to be better. It's going to be way better, whatever this thing is that, you're doing. All right, let's just pull one more card. Yeah, 4 of Cups. So the universe is going to bring you an unexpected opportunity because of the adaptability that you're going to use or do with this project. You're not feeling it, like, again, a defensive posture, and it's Cups. So you're not feeling it. And you're like, I don't really want to have to do this. but you gotta, pull up your britches and be like, okay, I guess I better get on with it, because instinctually and intuitively, because the moon in Gemini, I know something has to be adjusted. And I'm telling you, if you adjust it, it's going to come in exactly what you want from this creative endeavor. 4 of Cups. And it's going to come in unexpectedly, a little tweak, a little surprise. The universe is going to love what you do to adapt. Now, I have to say also, because I saw out of the corner of my eye that the Chariot was on the bottom of the other half of the deck. So I'm just saying, Capricorn. All right. So by the time we get into Cancer season, you're going to be moving forward with this project, 100%, full throttle, and to victory and success with it. But don't skip all these steps that we were just discussing. And notice again, it's all mental. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on with your creative energies for the month of June. Aquarius. Ooh, we have Saturn and Capricorn. We have some riches. Ooh, I love this. Look at that beautiful card. And of course, Saturn does rule Capricorn. And that's your 12th house of things, bubbling up from the subconscious, things that are hidden, the unseen, the dream world, all of that type of thing. So your imagination, because the 12th house, the subconscious, the imagination, your imagination could be the source of great riches for you in the month ahead. So lots of creative ideas that could bear very good fruit. But let's clarify this with tarot. Let's see what these riches may be. With the Saturn here, it could be something very tangible in nature, like actual funding or some sort of kudos or praise or, literal riches, some money coming in. Could be. Could be some fame too with the star that's showing up here. And this star, of course, is associated with the star in tarot, which rules your sign. So there could be something just really, you feeling just lush and flush with creative energy and feeling, Life's Rich Pageant. Who had the album called Life's Rich Pageant? Leave me a comment. Let me know if you know. Could be Life's Rich Pageant that you're just feeling, people are noticing you. Your ideas are getting a lot of positive feedback. You're just feeling really good about your talents and capabilities. So fantastic. But let's see if there's going to be some money. Maybe we like some dosh. All right, let's see. Well, this is very, very good. And the 10th may be important because of the number 10 that is on this card. So June 10th may be important for you, Aquarius. Wow, this is very exciting. All right. And of course, Saturn's in your sign right now. Now, of course, this card is Saturn and Capricorn, but, this is about commitments and reward for hard work and commitment. So especially if you've been toiling at something, creatively, that's been very important to you, you could finally start seeing positive energy come in for that. Results, riches. Because remember, everything's a metaphor. Yes, we would like some literal money, but we look at everything as a metaphor. Look, here's your energy. Queen of Swords. And the 5 of Coins. All right, that's interesting. Oh, and the Judgment. Wow. Okay. Now, I read Pentacles as self-esteem. It's not just about money. All right, but it's interesting. We're talking about money here, and we have the poverty card showing up, the 5 of Coins, or the less than card, whichever way you want to look at it, whatever verbiage you would like to use. I want you to have your hand out to the universe, as she does here. I want you to have your hand out, and I want you to see these riches falling into your hand, like really creatively visualize them, and claim your birthright to your natural riches. Whatever talents, creative talents, and skills and capabilities we have are, this is my opinion, God-given. All right, you don't have to agree with me, but this is how I think. There's a reason you have certain talents. I have certain talents. Ariel has certain talents, right? We're all different. We have all different things. No two of us are alike, and our energy is all very unique. So my point here is that every one of us is deserving of the riches from our talents. there doesn't need to be need for jealousy or competition or envy or, all those other or feeling bad because, they have this and you have that or whatever. That type of energy puts you in a real downward spiral, and it's unnecessary because when you truly tap into who you are, and you do the things that make you happy, eventually, it sometimes takes a little time. Eventually, you are part of life's rich pageant. You are rewarded from the universe. Not always monetarily. I mean, sometimes yes, other times it's other things. All right. So my point here is this is a major turning point month for you here, Aquarius, to turn your back on less than thinking, on thinking of feeling like you are somehow not deserving, or again, any sort of envy, side eye, like, oh, they got that, keep the focus on yourself and all the rich talents and capabilities you have. It is time to turn over a new leaf with this Judgment card and really, make a judgment call about putting this attitude behind you and recommitting yourself. Saturn, right? Saturn and Capricorn, all about hard work. Recommitting yourself to the hard work that goes into being successful. It's not always about, sometimes we see people who are very successful. It looks like overnight success, and people don't see how much time has gone into, how much time somebody has invested into their art and craft. They just see the success. They don't see the 10 years or whatever it is, that 20 years, whatever that went into something. So bring the focus back to yourself. If you've been having that envy feelings or whatever, or less than feelings, I want you to really affirm your beautiful, rich talents, your beautiful, rich energy, and turn over a new leaf, right? And have a new life. Make that judgment call that this is the beginning of a whole new creative phase for you that will be rich, that will be rewarding, that will light you up, and that will bring your talents before the world. And also, with the angel here, you have angelic assistance. Your muse is standing nearby. I really believe in the muse, 100%, M-U-S-E, the muse. We all have maybe have several creative muses. I believe that your muse is standing at the ready, right behind your shoulder, ready to start funneling all sorts of creative inspiration and ideas your way to take advantage of your talents, to put you in the right place at the right time, to give you the ideas that will bear fruit, to give you the creative inspiration to get the job done. Be open to that also. Right? Be really open to spirit giving you a little kick in the bum to get going. This is fantastic. So the 10th could be important. The 20th may be important for you as well. For others of you, I'm going to read this another way. For others of you, there may be a very important announcement that something is accepted this month. If you have been already doing your Saturn thing and you've been working hard, and again, no overnight success here, you may get the call that your screenplay's been accepted, your art's going to be exhibited at a gallery, that you just won the, writing prize for best new poet, whatever. All right, you see my point. So some of you are going to get some actual riches, rewards, because you have already put that 5 of coins behind you and have been doing the hard work. And maybe you were just starting to lose faith a little bit if it would ever happen. Your faith in yourself and your hard work, if you've been doing that, absolutely, I think can be rewarded this month. Something really beautiful could be manifesting for you. So, wow, very exciting reading, Aquarius. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on with your creative energies for the month of June. Pisces. Ooh, we have enthusiasm. We have the sun in Sagittarius. Wow. And that, of course, is your 10th house of career. So that's interesting. Wow. I love how this person looks like they're flying high by holding like a sheet in the air. And they're like, look, it's like parasailing through the cosmos in this particular card. That's like really kind of funny. I love this deck. It's like hysterical. The artwork, the old timey artwork. All right. So you're going to be feeling fired up, enthusiastic, excited about career, something going on with your career. Of course, I have already done your career reading, so go check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description of the video. It also could be some sort of creative project related to your career. But let's find out. It could be something else. All right, Pisces. Knight of Swords. And the Judgment. And I shuffled, and we just had that with Aquarius. Oh, and a Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. So it is really time for you to break out of a rut. Okay. It's time to absolutely break out of a rut. Interesting that we have the 9 here and we have the 9 here. This may have something to do, because Sagittarius also rules travel, right? So this may have something to do with you making a decision, a judgment call to get yourself out of town, and get yourself out of town fast. Knight of Swords. Get yourself in a new environment that's going to be creatively stimulating for you, or maybe one that is just going to allow you to rest. 9 of Wands. So it could be that you're going to really recognize that your creative batteries may be a little drained this month, and that in order to get your enthusiasm back for your creative fire, your mojo back for your creative work, you need a timeout. You need to make a decision to, maybe around the 20th, you're going to make that decision, that judgment call, that if I want to resurrect my creative energy, I got to do something about that. I need a timeout. So the other thing I would say about this energy too is look at places where you do need to cut something loose. Knight of Swords, right? Wield that sword and cut loose any sort of people around you, projects, whatever, energies that are draining you. And it doesn't even have to be in your creative life. It could just be around you, like somebody who's a real, negative person, or, whatever. They could just be also zapping your physical energy, because that is the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands can be about burnout as well. Now, this burnout could be with something you've been trying to force in your creative life. This could be burnout with, maybe you're just, if you have, a day job, as many creative people do. I mean, you have to these days, right? You have some sort of day job that's really just tiring you out. You may need to make some sort of quick, swift decision that I've got to make. I got to make some changes here to support my creative life, to bring my enthusiasm back. My energy, my battery is being drained too much by silliness or other people's dramas, or, whatever. So I would encourage you to do that as well in the month ahead. I do feel like once you get this situation under control, or dealt with, or cut loose, you will have this breath of fresh air that comes into your life. Honestly, I really feel that for some of you, it's somebody in your life who is taking way too much of your precious life force energy. This is what I feel. So really check your interactions with other people and pay attention. I mean, you're very intuitive, Pisces. Pay attention when you're feeling absolutely wiped out and drained after talking to somebody, or texting with them, or being in their presence, and really seeing how you can maybe shift that energy and not be so present to them. Because I think your creative life is at stake here. Your creative energy. All right. So there may be an important judgment call to make about, I don't want to say cutting somebody out of your life, because that's a little dramatic, but you may have to, depending on your personal situation. So, and I would say to do it before there's some sort of knee-jerk reaction of snarkiness, or some sort of verbal disagreement or argument, or something like that. Because Knight of Swords, as we know, can also be some sort of argument that it comes out of nowhere. But it could come out of frustration, because it's like the same thing all the time. With them, like maybe they need constant reassurance. Again, it's like something draining your energetic battery, and you don't have the bandwidth for it anymore. And I do feel it's probably more like some sort of personal connection, but it could be something else. So enthusiasm, it really comes from, well, it can come from various ways, but I think it really comes from just this wellspring deep inside us of, excitement and passion and having the internal resources to self-motivate and, take action on what is calling your fancy, enthusiasm. And that's very hard to access when you're feeling like a 9 of Wands, because somebody else has been draining your enthusiasm, especially if you're very supportive, and generous with your time, as many Pisces are, right? Really supportive, good friends. They try to help people out. It's time to, and that's fine, but it's time to cut those people out who, have been draining that battery and who you've been helping, but they're also maybe not doing anything with their life. And you got to make that judgment call that you need that energy to call back to yourself so that you have that, your tank topped off, your enthusiastic tank topped off with as much energy for yourself as possible. So meditate on this and see what you need to do to get that back for yourself. And that includes in the workplace. There could be, because Sagittarius is your 10th house of career, it could be that you're picking up a lot of slack for other people. You know how that can be sometimes at certain jobs. It's like everybody else is farting around or goofing off or whatever. And there you are picking up the slack and doing things that are outside your, pay grade or outside your job description, and you get burned out and nobody even says thank you. So you may need to make some judgment calls on that as well, if that applies to your situation, because it's draining your creative energy, your battery. And then when you get home at night and you want to maybe do something with your writing or your knitting or your clay or sculpting or whatever you're doing, you have no energy for it. So that may be another thing to really take a look at. So thank you so much for joining me for your creative energy tarot reading for the month of June. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you with these energies. I always love to hear. And do check out your general energies tarot reading and your money, career, and business tarot reading. Those are two separate videos. I'll put the links to those in the description of the video, and check out your Jupiter and Aries video as well. Again, I'll put that link in the video description. Lots of exciting videos to enjoy for the month ahead. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazingly productive and prosperous month of June. Enjoy. We're in Gemini season, which is a lot about that, exciting information exchange and creative energy and networking and talking with other people and ideas, generating ideas, especially after Mercury goes direct on the 3rd. So, get it done, have fun, and use the energies. Don't let them use you. All right. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde and Miss Ariel signing out.